In full swing, parents are looking for easy ways to help their kids start the day strong, from those brain-boosting breakfast to the lunchbox favorites, fueling student athletes as well. Nutrition can make a big difference in how kids learn, focus, and even feel throughout the day. So joining us this morning with some practical tips is nutrition expert Erin Carey. Thank you so much for joining us once again today.
Thanks for having me. I love being here.
Of course. We love having you here. You're amazing. So first off, let's talk about kids' nutrition and improving how they feel and focus throughout the day, especially the 3-4-year-old kiddos. They're at home snacking for pretty much their whole lives, and now they're going to actually learning.
All right. Yeah, well, what I always say is that food is mood, and it's not something that we often talk about, but everything that you eat or drink plays a role in how you feel. Food helps us to create neurotransmitters that help our brain to feel a certain way. And so getting nutrients from food makes a big difference, especially for growing, developing brains.
And we talk a lot about brain food. You know, what is brain food and what helps us, I guess, retain information and learn?
Yeah, so one of the things that I love to share is that our learning and motivation neurotransmitter dopamine is made from tyrosine, which is an amino acid in all of our protein. Protein is a big deal right now.
Yes, it is.
It's a big deal. And then vitamin B6 is important for making dopamine as well, which is in protein. It's also in some plant foods as well.
Yeah.
But I think it is so important to get what I call your PFF. So what I like to say is PFF is your BFF. So PFF is protein, fat, and fiber. And so when you have that in combination for all of your meals, your mood stays steady, your blood sugar stays steady. That's a really big deal for kids too, because they'll have these spikes and dips of blood sugar, and they can start acting just wild and crazy, and we don't know why, but it could be blood sugar.
Right, and they need a good balanced meal. We know kids are picky. They're very picky. So you have some examples of kid-friendly, kid-approved meals that they might like. So let's go through them.
Yeah, so let's go through this. So what I brought here are some ideas, some basics. So obviously we've got our meat sticks that are like a big deal right now. I've got chicken here. I have some beef and some jalapeno flavor, which are awesome for something you need in a quick minute. But those are getting kind of expensive.
They are.
So you know the OG meat sticks are meatballs. So I made some snacking turkey meatballs here, and it's just really simple. It's just garlic powder, onion powder, salt. I'm going to have the recipe on my Instagram later. And then hard-boiled eggs. I consider hard-boiled eggs to be nature's multivitamin.
Yes, they're amazing.
Yeah, they are amazing. The egg yolks themselves actually are power-packed with choline, which is a really important critical nutrient for brain function.
You know what I do with hard-boiled eggs? I put lime on them. They taste amazing.
So
it's
that's a good
off
trick.
taste, but lime tastes amazing on those.
That's a great. I like sriracha. Sriracha's a fun kick too. And kids my kids like spicy things, and so that's kind of fun. Just spice it up, add different things. I had my 12-year-old sample these roll-ups here with cottage cheese. My kids don't like cottage cheese, but I mixed cottage cheese with basil pesto. I used a high-fiber tortilla, and then I added some chicken to it and just rolled it up. And it's really delicious. And so it's another option that you can pack in a lunch, and you get your protein there, your fiber, your healthy fat. It's all loaded up in there. Fruit, of course, I like the peelable fruits, especially right now. We're not really sure what's on our fruit.
Yep.
But the ones that we can peel are great. Kiwi contains a ton of fiber. The sun gold kiwis, have you tried those?
I have not.
They're really, really good. They're yellow. They're really sweet. My kids are obsessed. I never get to eat them because they eat them all.
Yeah.
Seaweed is another underrated snack here. We like the teriyaki version, but it has a ton of B12, has iodine, it has things that we normally wouldn't get from a lot of our plant foods. And so I think it's just a great crunchy snack that kids like. And so just lots of different varieties here that contain that PFF. PFF is your BFF.
They're for sure. And then real quick, for athletes, they got to drink a lot of water too, especially now that we're heading into football season.
Water is so important, but you know, a lot of athletes are under eating, especially in the morning. So they're not getting their protein in the morning. They're just kind of rushing out the door because they're exhausted.
And we got to
skipping breakfast. So they need to get their protein. So whether it's some eggs, maybe make these meatballs, meal prep them. They can make them themselves.
I was going to say, all these are great for meal preppings as well. Erin, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Follow her on Instagram. What's your Instagram?
It's at Sparking Wholeness, and my new book, Kitchen Therapy, about the food-mood connection, is out in January. So stay tuned for that.
There we go. All that information on her website, cbs19.tv, and on her Instagram page. She has amazing tips for us for the entire year, pretty much, not for the school year. All right, we'll be right back.